Welcome to another episode of Solitaire Quest. I'm the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodganistan. Like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, this is a movie review, and it's a very special movie review. It's Bill and Ted Face the Music. Now, you know who I am. This is episode 102 of Solitaire Quest. So uh, Bill and Ted Face the Music. Now, I got myself an iced tea right here. Got myself an iced tea. It's a Lipton peach flavored iced tea. I should probably set up my laptop someplace better. Hold on. Some boxes here. Son of a bitch. Ugh. Come on. Alright. So, come here. There we go. Move microphone. Not my usual place, but my usual place is cold as fuck right now. Where I do my videos. It's cold as fuck. So yeah. Bill and Ted Face the Music. I like this movie. I did. I like this movie. But yeah. Some things I noticed about this movie, folks. There are some things I noticed. Come on, goddamn fucking mic. Okay. So yeah, Bill and Ted Face the Music. Yeah, we got the original Orion intro, and yeah, we got a Wild Stallions. That was pretty good, and yeah, random historical figures are teleporting around. We got a montage of that, and yeah, Bill and Ted. They're doing the weddings. They're doing the wedding for Missy and Deacon, which that was fun. That was a fun scene. And yeah, Missy marrying the little brother. Got my notebook here. I'm just reading it off. Song. Yeah, I found the song that they were playing actually not bad. And yeah, Ted's father. It's like, Bill, you didn't time travel. Oh, I totally did. And yeah, we got daughters who are spitting duplicates of their fathers. And they go to couples therapy. And yeah, what I noticed is that Bill and Ted, they adore their wives. So I don't get why they're going to couples therapy. Yeah, I noticed that they should really be more wealthy, you know. And yeah, I noticed that they were just living in living things out in suburbia, which yeah. I mean, if they were as big as they were, as a band, you would think they'd be in a gated community, you know? You'd think that their music would be making them enough money to live in a gated community or something like that. Eh, And yeah, I'm surprised why they're not out touring and whatnot. You know, there are plenty of me personally, yeah, I've been to many a shows where like they got some old bands playing, you know. They had like their one hit wonders, or they reached a certain level of popularity and whatnot, but didn't progress further or something like that. I've seen plenty of bands play gigs like that. Like, yeah, Wild Stallions. They would have come out during they would have been their heyday would have been the 90s. Their heyday would have been the 90s. So you would have had grunge and whatnot. You'd think. I would think though that yeah, I would think that they'd have more money and whatnot. And yeah, like yeah, I've seen Night Ranger play live, folks. I've seen Night Ranger play live. So I know old bands get some kind of touring traction and whatnot. So yeah. And yeah, we get the future time pod comes in. They go to the future and they see the phone booth with the holographic Rufus. Huh? And yeah, you got Bill and Ted being judged by the council. And yeah, you'd think the council would tell them where MP-46 is. Which, yeah, it was a bit weird. I mean, a little bit of be a really good like like why didn't they like give them a paper copy or map or something of where the road is? Yeah, and yeah, the future, like Bill and Ted, they show up during the daytime, but they leave during the nighttime. Not much time transpires between. So that might just be like something on the editing room, cutting room floor, maybe a mistake they made. And then they decide to steal the song from themselves, which for time travel, yeah, it's a not bad idea. Hmm. Yeah. And then Bill and Ted, they meet themselves, and then there's the future Ted that's an asshole. And yeah, why didn't their first future selves give them the song then if it was written by then? Or give them the details upon of the song's creation and how it was created. Now I get there has to be like a whole movie to I get there has to be a whole movie, but it's pretty weird. Yeah. And also, the future leader wants to kill Bill and Ted and sends a robot to kill Bill and Ted. But that's weird because they know that Bill and Ted write the song, and yeah, doesn't make much sense. And also, if they wanted to kill Bill and Ted, why didn't the robot go back several minutes to kill Bill and Ted when they first met the council? That would just be quick and convenient. Or intercept them as they were trying to go to the phone booth. And yeah, Bill and Ted give conflicting advice to their wives. That's pretty standard. I'd expect them to do that. And yeah, the daughters, they meet Hendrix, and one of them pulls out their cell phone to record Hendrix playing. Yeah, yeah. It's good that they have Hendrix, but I'm surprised they didn't. I'm surprised they also didn't pick up Prince, you know, as well as Hendrix. Yeah, they meet Louis Armstrong and they show him a video of Hendrix. And then Bill and Ted meet their future selves. They listen to the song and it's written by Dave. It turns out they're in Dave Grohl's house. They put buckets on their heads to escape. And then the future robot kills the father. And then Louis Armstrong plays the trumpet, and that's what gets Hendrix on board. Oh, and then, yeah, you have the Hendrix music dueling with Mozart. And then Bill and Ted meet their buff prison selves. Oh, yeah. The thing about time travel stories is it can get very convoluted if you think about them. Which I also got myself a can of Sprite here. Yeah. They Yeah, don't think about the plot of this movie, folks. Don't think about it. It will melt your mind. And then the prisoners and Bill and Ted beat the robot up. Okay. Then we get to this part. They meet the Chinese flute lady, and after that they recruit African tribal drummer to be their drummer. And the reason why they recruit this drummer is and I quote, Ling Loon says she's the greatest drummer of all time. So on the advice of Ling Loon, they get this drummer. But, yeah. This right here, this moment when they get the African tribal drummer. Like, I had to rewatch this movie. I watched this movie twice. This is on the second watch through. So, yeah. So on the advice of Ling Yun, or Loon, they get this drummer, but you see, it's not, they don't, they don't know how, Bill and Ted's daughters, they don't speak ancient Chinese. So, okay, so the time traveling pod, it had translation circuits inside, and it translated everything for them. And upon the advice of this Chinese woman, they decide to get an ancient African tribal drummer. How did this Chinese drummer hear about this, or not, the Chinese flute lady, hear about the African tribal drummer. That's a lot. That's really weird. Like, I think there was like 1,000 years apart from them. Okay, and so yeah. So I'm curious now. Let's do a thought experiment, folks. Let's do a thought experiment. Think of the greatest drummer of all time. Think of the greatest drummer of all time. Get the picture that drummer in your head, right? Picture the drummer in your head. The answer to this thought experiment as to who is the greatest drummer of all time, it is Neil Peart, the drummer for Rush. Now, yeah. Now ask yourselves this question. Why did Bill and Ted's daughters, who are carbon copies of their father, not think to go back in time to recruit Neil Peart, who they have audio and visual proof of that he is a good drummer, that he is the greatest drummer of all time? Like, yeah. So, yeah. The greatest drummer of all time, folks. It's not Neil Peart. It's not a white guy. It's not a white guy. It's an ancient African prehistory drummer that no one has audio recordings of to verify her competence as a drummer. Like, this here fucking tripped my woke sensors. My woke detectors. After I watched Bill and Ted the first time, this tripped my woke sensors. Like, yeah. Yeah. And also they didn't pick up Lennon or McCartney to be in this group. Or Prince. To be in this group. Yeah. I think that there was some I think I think there is some identity politics at play as to the choice for the drummer. Now, it's obvious why they have the Chinese flute lady. That's because they want to. That's because they want to appeal to the Chinese market. That's understandable. I completely understand that. But no Neil Peart to be in your supergroup that consists of Hendrix, Louis Armstrong, Mozart, and the Chinese flute lady. I mean, this does not make logical fucking sense at all. It just doesn't. And yeah. Like, this is the one big this is the second biggest. This tripped my fucking woke detectors. And for some context, my woke detectors got fucking calibrated on the death and destruction of Doctor Who, Star Wars, and Star Trek. So yeah. if my woke detectors, if my woke detectors, if the forging, if you put the same forge, if you put a similar level of forging onto a sword, you'd have a sword of destruction capable of destroying whole armies. That's what you'd have if you were to use the same level of forging that you put into the forging of my woke detectors. I'm getting a bit off track here, but yeah. No fucking Neil Peart in this band. Or Prince. Or Lennon. Or McCartney. So, yeah, we have... At this point in the story, we have two... We have like a... We have two black guys, two women, and one white guy in this group. So, yeah. Yeah. This movie is entertaining as hell, but yeah. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure Neil Peart could outplay any drummer on planet Earth. I'm pretty sure. He could probably outplay the African tribal drummer. And yeah, and then the robot, as they get back to their house, the robot kills everyone, and they go to hell. So the robot has very slow target recognition software, I guess. And it's sent from the future. And then Bill and Ted meet their old future selves. And yeah, wrote down they're basically relegating Bill and Ted to meeting themselves in this movie. Then the robot comes in and it's like, oh, I lasered your daughters. They're dead now. So yeah, wrote down Lasered Daughters would make a good band name. And the robot gets sent to hell with them. And its name is Dennis. And then Ted's dad admits he's wrong. They meet Death. Apparently he's known for 40-minute bass solos. And it's the daughters that get Death to help them. And it's the daughters that help save reality. And then you have the infinite button on the phone booth. And so everyone on planet Earth throughout time now has musical instruments. They just received musical instruments from two guys. Which, yeah, would be crazy. Which would be fucking crazy. Okay. So yeah, you basically you have a story where Bill and Ted are relegated to a side quest, which could have been solved on the first time trip. They meet that they go to meet their future selves. You have the daughters that put in the work. You have the daughters that put in the work to build the band. So, and they're the ones that don't that write the song that saves reality. Okay, yeah. This movie, I'll admit, it's a 6 point. If I gave it ratings, it's a 6.9. It's a strong 7 or a 6.9. But yeah, the wokeness did creep in. It did creep in. You have there was identity politics put into and there was identity politics put into this movie. You and it is a good movie. I will admit that, but it it tripped my woke sensors. It tripped my woke sensors. It's a great movie. Good, great movie. Like Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter reprising their two roles. Yeah, like it is definitely entertaining. You know, good at that's because Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter they're good actors and they're playing iconic roles that they're known for. You know, and yeah. Yeah, you have the interplay between Keanu Reeves and himself and Alex Winter and himself. It's really good. But yeah, anyone who says that this movie isn't woke, I gotta disagree. That there isn't woke shit in this movie. There is, but I would say it's muted. They're not pissing on the fans. They're not pissing on men. This isn't this isn't a race to see. This isn't a race to piss. This isn't like a rocket made to middle finger fans or it's not offensively woke. It is it's got woke undercurrents, but it's not offensively woke. It's not trying to piss on it's not trying to piss on the fans and the movie viewers or men in general. And you don't have Keanu Reeves saying, "Oh, this movie isn't made for men and whatnot," or something like that. Or to my knowledge, I didn't hear any actors pissing on the fans of the franchise and whatnot. So yeah, mild, mild woke. You know, it's the characters. You got strong actors playing good characters, good characterization. And yeah. Although, yeah, it's crazy that Bill and Ted have just been. They're basically living in the suburbs and whatnot. They're not overly wealthy and whatnot. You'd think they would be, but no. So, yeah. I like the movie, but it tripped my woke sensors. It tripped my woke sensors, folks. These are sensors that have been forged from the death of Doctor Who, Star Wars, and Star Trek. I don't have anything to say about that, but yeah, it's like, yeah, 7 or 6 out of 10. It's not trying to piss on me. It's not trying to insult me. You got good actors playing good characters, good character moments. And there's enough fun to be had in this movie that you can ignore the woke that has been put into this movie. This is a rare exception of a movie. This is this is what this is what like this is the very rare exception of a movie that where woke was put into it, but the movie is still fun and enjoyable. You can get something out of it. Not trying to piss on you or anything like that. Which is fucking surprising this day and age. You know, you got Captain Marvel, Woke Busters, Terminator Woke Fate. It's insane. Now, yeah. What really irks me, aside from them skipping out on Neil Peart, aside from them doing that, is that it's not Bill and Ted who write or create the song that saves the universe. I guess they did technically create the song by proxy, but yeah. But yeah. Like they did create the people who would create the song, but yeah. It's really weird. This movie is in a weird place. It's in a weird place for me. It occupies a weird zone. It's I wouldn't say this movie is, I'd say for wokeness, I'd say good 30%. 70%. 70% isn't woke, but there were, yeah, or maybe like 15. I'm not sure. This movie has me. It's thrown off my radar. It's thrown off my natural radar for woke shit. It's definitely done that. Like, this is, if Hollywood wanted to, they could use this movie as a template for subtly pushing their agenda. Instead, they have a whole bunch of other movies, and it's like, ugh. So yeah, weird movie for me. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I liked it. Sort of liked it. Not bad. In comparison to Bogus Journey and Excellent Adventure, there's no beating Excellent Adventure. And this movie is just a bit better than Bogus Journey, but yeah. Yeah. Didn't go into this movie wanting to hate it. But there are parts of it I don't like. It's just weird. This is my take on the Bill and Ted Face the Music. I'm the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodganistan. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay frosty. Stay sexy, San Diego. Get your chosen one where you can. I'm a spaceman. Peace out.